Okay, people, Demon Slayer has officially broken the internet. This episode, episode 10 of the Entertainment District Arc Season 2, is just next level. Now, it brings me back, right? It brings me back to the time when the Demon Slayer anime originally popped off. And what I mean by popped off is, yes, it was slowly accumulating a fan base. People were talking about it each and every week. It was one of those, yo, dog, you can't skip it. Even before it came out, for me personally, as a fan of the Studio Ufotable, I was like, oh, that's gonna be a good one. That's gonna be a good one. They did Fate Stay Night, Unlimited Blade Works. They did Fate Zero. That's gonna be a good one. So there was already people like myself that were on board. But once that episode, y'all know what I'm talking about, the legendary episode 19 of season 1 aired and began, it was a whole different ball game. That's when you had people like Ninja from, Twitch. Well, he was in Twitch at the time, wherever he's at now. Shoutouts to Ninja, do your thing. But either way, coming out saying that's the greatest anime of all time. It was just like unfathomable of just how the levels of popularity and success Demon Slayer reached after that episode. It never looked back, to say the least, regarding that, because the Rui episode was just out of this world. I feel like this episode right here, episode 10 of the Entertainment District Arc, is having that same type of impact. This is the episode 19 all over again effect, because I cannot escape right now on any timeline, on any social media platform, people saying that Demon Slayer had its best episode. This is one of the best episodes they've ever seen of any anime. This is the greatest anime of all time. Like, that is majority of what I'm seeing on my timeline everywhere. Now, there's a few different instances of what people are saying in terms of, like, of course, there's going to be the naysayers. It's only Studio Ufotable. They're the only reason why that episode is even popping, blah, blah, blah. And I'm going to have to disagree with that. While granted, Studio Ufotable is a major, major plus, and without Studio Ufotable, I don't know if Demon Slayer would be even close to where it's at, success-wise, popularity-wise, because of that level, the unfathomable levels of art and animation. The quality is just outstanding, through the roof. If it was done for Black Clover, if it was done for any other series, it probably would be at the very least somewhere close to Demon Slayer. But you can't diminish what Demon Slayer provides as well, because in all honesty, Demon Slayer provides the essence and core elements of what it means to be a shonen story out of Shonen Jump. Like, it gives you all of those perfect elements. You have, the trio of a crew with, Tanjiro, Zenitsu, and Inosuke, and this episode provides just that, the three of them really going in. You have like a sensei type of character with this episode, with Tengen, Uzui. You have the villains and how they kind of are mirroring. Like, it just gives you every element of what a shonen is supposed to provide. It almost gives you kind of like two different atmospheres, in a way, of like the classic shonen, the classic elements that you love from the Narutos and all of that generation. It gives you that with, the camaraderie of the three of them and how they're working together to take down Gyutaro and Daki and all that jazz. But then it has that other side of like, hey, it's trying to do a little bit of different things with itself. It's trying to get a little bit more creative with the attacks. It's getting a little bit more intricate with, just the villains and whatnot, and being a little more, maybe you would argue, sympathetic. So it's doing all of that. And then you have a giant machine, a giant conglomerate of Ufotable that is actually backing all of it and putting it into, honestly, this episode, it looked better than some scenes, a lot of scenes at that, of the Demon Slayer movie, the Mugen Train film. It's mind-boggling to say that this episode and the last few episodes, the last maybe month and a half of Demon Slayer episodes, have been like beyond movies. Like, it's just continuing to reinvent the wheel. Again, this is probably why Studio Ufotable is having tax issues and all of that jazz that happened with the founder Kondo and whatnot, because I can't imagine what the budget was like for these type of episodes in terms of getting the highest quality animators, the highest directors, like getting all of those people involved. I'm not saying that money is what makes this like, hey, you just throw $1 million and it's going to turn into art and animation. No, but what I mean is, scouting the talents, getting them to book their, week, their month, their year out to plan all of this. The planning that was done is extravagant. Just in general, this is why Studio Ufotable, while, people come in and they praise Studio Mappa for like Jujutsu Kaisen and all of the other greatness that they do, and they're great as well. But Studio Ufotable, because they put that extra tender love and care, and they don't have multiple series, like if I'm not mistaken, I want to say Studio Ufotable, their primary focus has been for a while now, even, you know, ever since especially those tax issues and whatnot, has been Demon Slayer, because they weren't even picking up new titles to begin with. So you're going to get episodes like this, episode 10 of the Entertainment District arc. It looks better than the film. It's just indescribable, man, when they're going up against Gyutaro, and, you know, just even those small intimate scenes where he's looking at Tanjiro and whatnot. You could tell that while, yes, you know what I'm saying, the manga definitely provides all of what you need there, the anime just drives it home from the art, the animation. I gotta keep stressing that, seeing, you know what I'm saying, the reaction, and there was just so many times where I'm just looking at the screen like, this is really an episode? Where you see Zenitsu blitzing across the screen, where you see Inosuke, where you see everything, Uzui returning. It was just like absolute madness. Honestly, this episode was just mwah. And it's hard for me to disagree with the statement, this is one of the best looking episodes ever made. Like, I can't really argue that, because it really does. It's taking Studio Ufotable, one of the highest production studios out there in Japan, and taking it to modern day 2022, that they've learned way more than they knew back when they were making Fate Stay Night Unlimited, Blade Works, and Fate Zero, and putting it into one of the most popular titles as it stands right now, and putting it into a really nice diverse cast of characters. And this is what you're getting: absolute insanity, greatness, and what people are calling one of the greatest episodes. Demon Slayer's the greatest shonen. It's madness. I don't know about it being the greatest shonen, but this is definitely one of the best looking episodes, and this was just breathtaking to say the least. And I still can't believe this was not a movie. This was just an episode. Curious what you guys think. First of all, do you agree with the statement that this is the best episode of any anime ever? Your thoughts on just how breathtaking it looked, your thoughts on the battle with Tengen and Gyutaro and Daki and Tanjiro. Just, yo, shout outs to Tanjiro too. Like, he don't get enough credit as being an MC, dog. Like, it just, every time, you know, he goes into that mindset of, like, you know, his sister and Nezuko when she was human, and everything that he's lost and how far he's come, and how he's trying to fight for his sister's survival, and, you know, you get the intricacies of his plotting and planning, and how he was almost so close to taking out Gyutaro by himself. Like, there was just so much epicness, and then the way it ended on a cliffhanger of what the hell's gonna come next. Like, oh man, they did a phenomenal job. Shout outs to the original mangaka, shout outs to Studio Ufotable, and your world thoughts and expectations for the finale of Demon Slayer Season 2. Honestly, even though we did get that Mugen Train, you know, readaptation that was not needed, this was amazing. Honestly, 11 out of 10. Crazy. That's all I have for this one, though. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. I'm ForneverWorld, and as always, people, have an awesome day. And remember the golden rule: anime and manga for life, boy. Have an awesome day. Peace in. Yo, Studio Ufotable, really? Unlimited budget works, huh? Them taxes about to be crazy, huh? They spent like their whole year's budget on this episode or something, because it was that damn freaking impactful. And yo, shout outs to Zenitsu too. Dog is doing all this while he's sleeping, dog. Like, come on. And Inosuke moving his organs around and shit. Uzui Tengen, his 3 wipes. That shit is fire. Have an awesome day. Oh, by the way, subscribe and hit that bell and all that good stuff as well. I'm just saying, like, yo, do it for Demon Slayer, dog. Do it for Demon Slayer. So just go to